Hey guys, Boone down south here. So it's August, it's that time of year. Been doing a lot of fishing lately, but we're gearing up for hunting season. Time to start thinking about food plots. So last couple years, I've been using Harvest Evolved's Throw Gro on some of my small plots that I put out there. And I use a lot of Imperial Whitetail Clover from the Whitetail Institute in different plots, and that stuff is amazing. But I wanted something a little cheaper for some small plots I could grab real quick, throw it in. And I went with the Harvest Evolved Throw Gro. I've done it the last 2 or 3 years, and it's worked really, really good for me. And last year I decided to film the process of putting it in the ground, how it evolved over the season until it finally died in the late spring, summer here. You know, how the deer reacted to it. The deer are in these plots every day. And so I'm just gonna walk you through it. And I will throw in a caveat that last year was a very bad year. We had very little rain. From the time I planted that food plot till the end of the season, there was hardly any rain last year. So it didn't do as good as years before, but it still brought the deer in. So it looks a little sparse in the videos you're gonna see from last year's. I'm gonna show you 2 plots, what we did, how effective it was, and the deer in these plots. So stay tuned and hit that like and subscribe. Good morning, guys. So it's September, mid-September, and I'm working on some food plots here. And basically, a little plot behind me, it's kind of on an open power line. As you can kind of see behind me and above me there, you can see the power line opening. The other one's gonna be like a hidey hole in the woods. And so it doesn't get a lot of sun over there. So I'm just gonna show you 2 different spots, what I'm doing. This is what we're using. It's Evolved Harvest food plot seed. It's supposed to be no-till forage, but you know, even with the Whitetail Institute products that are no-till, I've used their no-till before, and it always comes up better if you till. So the stuff will come up if you don't till, but it's always better if you till. And so this is what was available, and I was running out of time, so I picked it up the last couple of years. This year I saw it again. I said, yeah, let me just grab it. Anyway, let me show you what the other plot looks like. All right, here's the other spot. Now, I will tell you that on both of these food plots, I tilled them about 2.5 weeks ago. Let any remaining weeds were gonna come up, and I tilled them again yesterday. And this is the little hidey hole spot, and you can see stuff has already walked through here. And man, look at this. So you know it's in a good area here. So this is a little spot, and we're gonna go ahead and put the seed out here and then culti-pack this little area with the golf cart again. And like I said, I'll chronicle how these food plots go throughout the year, but as experience from last year, deer will be coming into these things until well past the end of season and on a regular basis as well. So let's get to it. Okay, like all this, kind of tells you what's going on. It's supposed to cover a 1/4 acre. We got soil preparation, although it's supposed to be a no-till. They still say cultivate 4 to 6 inches deep, which you saw how my plot was cultivated. It was very, very good. Fertilizer requirements. Here's the thing, guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I did throw lime and fertilizer in this bed before I tilled it. The reality is, when it comes to these bigger plots, not this one, but like my Imperial Whitetail Clover, not having another video on that one, but I just cannot do the amount of fertilizer and lime they require due to the cost. The costs have gone up through the roof so much. It was one bag of fertilizer. It was like $76 for one bag, and it was just insane. So there's no way I could get enough to put in there. So I did get some in. The more you have to meet what the manufacturer says, the better your food plot's going to be. I know that from experience, but this year just too much money for that. So anyway, I'm going to start culti-packing on the golf cart here and show you what to do there. Used my golf cart as a culti-packer, if you will, and that's why you see all these tire tracks here. But I tested this out last year where I ran over half the plot with a golf cart to see if it made a difference, and whoa, it made a huge difference, because everywhere the tire tracks were is really, you had the really good sprouting going on. But all right, so got it culti-packed, I think fairly well. A little strip of mystery I'm gonna catch out on the way out, but yeah, using a golf cart to do this makes a big difference. So this is the spot where I was hunting right up the hill there, and I killed that 6-point last year with my crossbow. That was the one I thought he was really wide, and I thought it was that 8-point coming through, and he came right down the trail here, and I had a couple seconds to decide what it was and shoot, and shot him in the doe here late in the year when they were coming in this food plot. So all right, this is the plot on the power line, and when I planted this stuff, we didn't have any rain since I planted it. So it's October 1st now. We just had Hurricane Ian come through, the remnants from that anyway. And I've got some stuff sprouting up, but I expect over next week we're gonna see a lot more sprouting up after that rain. All right, so here's my throw and grow food plot. And now that I had to blow all the leaves off it, there's more coming down. It's still fall, of course, but if you look at this, everything's standing up now, and it just looks nice. And they're in here eating on this for sure every night. Yeah, I think it's November 6th. Look how pretty this throw and grow food plot is here. It's coming up nicely. I overseeded a little bit, so it's coming up pretty good. Deer feeding on it pretty regularly based on the cameras. Okay, I'm all set up here. This is that throw and grow food plot. It's incredibly hot. I will say that with that storm we've had the last couple of days, a lot of the leaves are down. So a lot of times I'll come through this thick stuff here and I can't see them until they get right about here, but I'll have some good visibility when they come through now. So we'll see what happens. Hey guys, it's February now. Just wrapping up this video. Just want to show you, this is the one of the throw and grows that we put in. It's still producing. And here's the other food plot with the throw and grow. It's mid-April again. You can see how this come back a good bit. It's a little sparser for the other one because leaves and it's in the shade most of the time, but deer come through and use this stuff still. So this stuff lasts until it gets hot, and then it'll finally burn off, and we plant again next year. We didn't get a lot of rain and had some really bad cold spells at the end of hunting season there, and died back a little bit, and it just came back up once we got that rain. So I mean, it never died out completely, but it's been a great source, still taking care of letting the deer feed out here. The deer are still feeding out on this plot, so it seems to be a pretty good food plot mix. It's a lot cheaper than some other things, but I picked mine up at Tractor Supply, and this is probably my third year using it now, and I've been putting it over here and in another spot back in the woods, and deer always use it. So it's been effective. And so that's all I can tell you about it. But there you go. That's what it looks like. And it's February. So anyway, I'm going to wrap that up. So I like to use it. It works well. So if you would, hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.